You've paid for a gym membership for the last 7 months. You've gone twice. Both times were in January. You know you're not going. Deep down, you've known since week 3, but you still haven't canceled it. And it's not because you're lazy. Well, it's a little because you're lazy. But the real reason is something psychologists call the sunk cost fallacy, and it is quietly running your entire financial life. Here's the simple version. A sunk cost is money you've already spent that you can't get back. The fallacy is believing that because you already spent it, you need to keep spending more time, money, effort to justify it. Your brain treats quitting as a loss, even when quitting is the smart move. So instead of cutting your losses, you double down on a bad decision just to avoid admitting it was a bad decision in the first place. And look, this isn't a you're bad with money problem. This is you have a human brain problem. Every brain does this. Let me give you a few examples and you tell me if any of these sound uncomfortably familiar. You're 40 minutes into a movie and it's terrible. Do you turn it off? No. You've already watched 40 minutes, so now you're contractually obligated to finish it, apparently. That's a sunk cost. Another example. You're holding a stock that's down 30%. Every rational part of your brain says sell, but you bought it at a higher price. So selling now would mean locking in the loss. Even though the money's already gone, whether you sell it or not, that's a sunk cost. Last example. You've been in a relationship for 2 years that stopped working in month 4. But 2 years feels like a lot to waste, so you stay. That's sunk cost too. It's not just about money. It shows up anywhere you invested time, effort, or identity into something. Back to the gym membership, since that one's the most universally relatable. You signed up, you paid the joining fee. Maybe you even bought the cute little water bottle. By month 2, you're not going. The rational move is to cancel and stop the bleeding, but your brain doesn't see it that way. Your brain sees 7 months of payments and thinks, if I quit now, all that money was wasted. So instead, you keep paying, which means you're not saving the money you already spent. You're now spending more money to protect the feeling of not having it wasted. It is, when you say it aloud, completely ridiculous, of course, and we all do it anyway. So, why does your brain fall for something this obviously irrational? Two reasons, and they're both kind of sneaky. First, loss aversion. Your brain treats losses as roughly twice as painful as equivalent gains feel good. So quitting something you paid for feels like a loss, even though the money's already gone either way. Canceling the membership doesn't create a loss, you already created the loss the day you paid for it. Canceling just stops a second loss from happening every month. Second, ego protection. Admitting you wasted money means admitting you made a bad call, and nobody wants to feel like an idiot. So your brain would rather quietly bleed $5 a month forever than have one uncomfortable moment of saying, yeah, that was a mistake. I'm done. And here's the part that should actually make you a little annoyed. Companies know this, and they design around it on purpose. Gyms push annual contracts instead of month to month for exactly this reason. The bigger the upfront commitment, the harder it psychologically feels to walk away. You've already paid for 6 months. Don't waste it. Is a sentence designed to trigger sunk cost thinking, and it works so well that entire industries are built on people not canceling things they don't use. So, how do you actually beat this, since just knowing about it clearly isn't enough? I just explained it, and you're probably still not canceling that membership. But here's the one question that cuts through it every time. If I were deciding today, with no history attached, would I choose this? Not, have I already paid for this? Not, would this feel like a waste? Just knowing what you know now, would today you sign up for this from scratch? If the answer's no, the money's already gone. The only thing left to decide is whether you lose more of it going forward. Sunk costs are sunk. They are. Definitionally, not coming back no matter what you do next. The only decision that actually exists is the next dollar. So, go check your subscriptions, the gym you don't go to, the streaming service you forgot you had. Maybe even download Rocket Money. The course you bought and never opened, none of that money is coming back whether you keep paying it or not. The only question that matters is whether future you keeps paying for past you's decision. If your brain just quietly flinched at a specific subscription right now, you already know which one. Drop it in the comments. I want to know I'm not the only one. And if this kind of, wait, that's already why I do that, content is your thing, subscribe because we're doing this every week. Thank you.